is Problematic, and tonight, if you're just now getting informed that stream is starting, I have a little bit of an update for you. I have not slept in nearly 24 hours now. I was originally supposed to work a regular shift at my job when I was told very early on, hey, we need you to cover third, so go home. And of course, not being able to sleep the rest of the day and not having that acquainted into my schedule, I could not really rest so much. I got maybe an hour in while I was watching Zootopia earlier, but that's really been the extent of it. Otherwise, I've been up since. And I figured, while I am on shift, while nothing is going on, fingers crossed, this might be a very short stream depending on how the next hour goes. Because, really, I do have to, if anything happens, I gotta go. But I would be remorse if I didn't try to even just hop on for a little bit, because I've been really trying to get back into Wanna Hug That Gator and continue our story with Inko and Olivia. So, if you're here, welcome. Thank you for tuning in on such a ungodly hour. And if you were new to stream, just know that you're very appreciated for joining. And let's go continue our story. I'm not really sure where we left off until after Olivia broke the news that she was the one who actually swapped out our art pieces. And she, I believe, was supposed to be the winner, because Inko originally thought it was going to be him, and they had a very heartfelt moment under an umbrella in the rain. Let's see how far we can continue the story. Like I said, this is most likely going to be a very short stream, because I don't count if something does happen. Otherwise, I do have to resume just getting ready for work in the next hour. But fingers crossed. Thank you guys for joining. Oh yeah, Inko can't paint. Splat. I don't even have the energy to get angry. Probably looks better now, at least. Oh, you got jokes. How did Olivia get so good at this? Olivia, please, you've got to have some actual advice for me. She quietly hums to herself, slipping away a notebook she had splayed across her lap into her nearby bag. Well, when I want to draw, it's usually because I've got something on my mind. What, like inspiration? Kinda? More so that I just envisioned something, and I want to put that on canvas. Amuse them. I don't really give... The door of the studio flies open, and Damien quickly storms inside. Inko, Olivia, are you guys in here? He takes heavy breaths as his vision darts around the room. After a moment of surprise, I raise my arm to catch his attention. Damien, what's wrong? The hyperactive Dilophosaurus spots me, taking a final breath before jogging over. Guys, I need to ask you something. What? Is everything alright? Is something happening? I can't help but panic. I've never seen Damien this flustered. Do you want to come to the arcade with me and Liz? Yeah, that's typical Damien. Is that it? Yeah, that's what I said. Wait, when was this decided? I thought something bad had happened. Nope, just asking. Liz already has the car prepped and everything. Oh. I probably should have expected that, but still. How did you know we were here? I didn't. I just kept opening doors until I found you two. I've been at it for a while, actually. Of course you have been. Damien's eyes dart to the canvas that lies on the floor next to me. Working on your next masterpiece? Oh, painting sideways is probably one of your trade secrets, huh? Olivia hides her snicker with her hand. Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anybody. I leaned down to pick up the canvas and place it upright, deciding to remove the ugly painting and place it in the corner of the room to dry. Anyway, how about it? To the arcade? Olive Baryonyx fidgets, her brow lowered in contemplation as she considers the question. The arcade? It's not like I had any other plans today. Sure, why not? I do miss going to the arcade. I greatly enjoy very much going in my free time at malls. I love them. Alright, let's go. Wait, don't just... Off we go. Inko, Olivia, there you are. Damien was taking so long to get you, so I was about to come find you myself. This time, both Damien and I are wheezing for air. Despite Olivia's protests and hesitation, Damien had wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit. I had chased after them, all the while Olivia screamed like a banshee as she was pushed through the hallway at a breakneck pace. Yeah, just... I take a deep breath and stand upright. Olivia's claws have dug into her armors and she's definitely trying to kill Damien with a glare, which he happily ignores. Hey, it just messaged me or something. I wanted to, but didn't want to ruin your concentration, man. So instead you kicked the art room door open? Yup. Liz had the good grace to look embarrassed on Damien's behalf. But yeah, gave you a little bit of extra time, right? You've been staying late for forever now. I can't hide the wince. It hadn't occurred to me that more people would notice. Ah, relax. Not like you're the only one. Yeah, I sometimes need to stay behind for student council and club meetings. Right, sure. So, come on, the car's in the student section. The Dino duo start toward the student parking lot, heading towards a rather old but well-kept sedan. Olivia grumbles silently to herself, but follows after nonetheless. I wonder what the name of car brands are in this world. Come on, dude, it'll take a few minutes to get Olivia in, and then 30 to get to the arcade. It won't take that long, damn it. Olivia huffs and wheels herself to the passenger side, opening the door for herself. Do you need any? It's fine. To punctuate her statement, Olivia uses her strong arms to lift herself on her armrest. And with more grace than I thought possible from the olive-scaled girl, she manages to flop down into the passenger seat. I stare at the abandoned chair, wondering where to put it. I've got room in the trunk, Inko. Clunk. The trunk lid pops up with a heavy thunk to punctuate that. It takes me more time than I'd like to admit to figure out how to undo the locks and to actually collapse the chair, but once it's done, I'm able to slide it into the spacious storage easily enough. Damien had already hopped through the window to the front passenger seat by the time I'm done, as if he'd practiced the maneuver. I simply open the door behind Liz's seat and watch as a pile of soda cans empty onto the pavement below. Ah, sorry. Those are from this morning. I just toss them into the back seat when I'm done. Surprised Liz doesn't make you use a bag. I do. Damien pulls up an overflowing plastic bag as if it were a trophy. Oh, why haven't you tossed all those bottles out already? I'm saving them for a project about recycling. Plus, I'm also going to use a couple of them for a sculpture. Saves me the trouble of going out and finding aluminum. And I get to drink as much soda as I want. I don't really say anything as Damien scoops out the rest of the cans from the floor of the car and puts them in a new bag, which he then stuffs in the car's trunk before giving me and Olivia a thumbs up. Aight dudes, we're good to go. I nod and slink into the semi-clean seat. My hand searches for the buckle of the seatbelt and brushes against something warm and soft. Oh man, There's a tiny gas next to me, and the comfortable mystery in my hand is yanked away. Huh? I look to Olivia, her hand held to her chest. Her green face has a scarlet tinge, and her mirror shade eyes glare holes through my head. You okay? The emerald-scaled girl turns her maw from me. I stifle a mystery chuckle at that. The warmth of my palm fades, however, it leaves my hand feeling lost. Okay, all the safety checks are done. Oh my god, is that how you crank your neck to drive? Liz, what kind of contortionist are you? What that neck do, girl? Jeez. Liz gets in the driver's seat and grips the steering wheel. Outside, she's craning her neck to check on the mirrors and tires. Wait, Liz drives with her head sticking out the window? Liz pokes her head in. What's that? Her neck snakes inside and coils around the hook in the middle of the car. Then, with practiced motion, her neck continually coils till her head sits atop the neck roll as if no different from someone putting on shoes. It kind of looks like a giant scale-covered scarf. There's even still enough space for her to see the windows and check behind her. Inko? It wasn't anything important. Alright. But, the city, right? I'd actually been wanting to see it a bit more up close for Ladakin's class. Do you know how much gas money I'd burn through to take a detour around here? Good, because neither do I. Let's do it. Hey, what? No. I barely have enough gas as is. The view on the way is fine. I'm looking forward to it as well. You sure? Yeah. I'll point out some stuff I remember along the way. You're my tour guide now? Don't make me change my mind. Glad that's settled. Everyone buckled in, right? Liz pulls away from the school parking lot, starting down the opposite direction I've always entered and exited. Weird to think, but the edge of my world was as close as a right turn out of my own school. Then again, I still haven't been living here long. Anybody want a station? I don't think I've ever listened to the radio here either. Liz and Olivia hardly seem to glance at Damien's direction as well. Suit yourselves! Within the span of a few seconds, the natural ambience of the road is replaced with the loud sound of decades-old rock music sending vibrations throughout the car and everybody in it. Just as fast as it comes, however, it stops as Liz haphazardly yanks the volume knob counterclockwise, toning the music down to a bearable level. Damien frowns for a moment, but he doesn't seem to contest her decision. What the? I turned off all the notification stuff except for messages and calls, and between all the people I messaged, there's only one who isn't inside the car. Checking the screen, I see... Any song requests, man? Seriously? I don't know, Damien. So long as it isn't twangy country music. Agreed. Sure. Luna, you're up. Hello. We're continuing on with romancing the Gator girl, Olivia. Wait, you've been texting? How long? Yeah, since like the first week of school. Hope all is well. I am working on no sleep pretty much. I've actually been up for nearly 24 hours, and at 8 a.m. I start my next shift. So, that'll be fucking terrible. What the heck, dude? Let me see your phone. I hand it over, open on the contact creation page. She taps the first few numbers and pauses. Is she giving me her number? Do I not have her number yet? I thought I had her number. Then, sheepishly yanks her phone from her coat pocket. She doesn't know her own number? Olivia finishes tapping her number and then hands it back. She's entered herself as Live Long. Huh. Sounds vaguely oriental. Bzz. Test. Nice. Yep, got it. Bzz. That reminds me of Kay's pants grab. I love the artwork. That was uncalled for. That's why I sent it. She giggles at her own joke, and despite being the butt of it in the mood in the car is too high to hold it against her. Oh, I can't wait for these two to finally be an item. Before long, the dense forestry starts giving way to a more urban developments. More and more decorative palm trees start dotting the paths as well. Silhouette of the city gets closer, and as we approach one of the spaghetti junctions leading up to it, the result of decades of poor infrastructure decisions, multi-million-dollar projects promising to fix all the traffic if they just built one more overpass. Olivia is paying close attention to her phone. She scrolls lazily through some forum. What's so funny? Oh, nothing. Hey, Lizard Lounge? Oh boy. You're still browsing that, Olivia? Yeah. What is it? Don't tell him. It's this weird exclusionary chat room. They only allow dinosaur women, men, and rather specifically human men are banned. Racial segregation? Why do you look so happy about that, Damien? Olivia showed me once. The people are really weird. Humans are banned? You weren't supposed to tell him. It's the last safe house for us on the internet. I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. Tell me about the racial segregation. Damien, what are you going into? It's not that. It's just how it is to be for our safety. Some dino girl can be doing anything at all, and there's always at least 3 guys in the comments saying she looks like, don't say it. They also really bring down the quality of the site. Look, it's explained in the rules that humans have 1/5 the attention span of dinos. Liz groans while Olivia shows me her phone. The graph is blurred to hell, and I can't really make out most of the text. I don't know how do I feel about this. What's not to get, Inko? Think about it. You're in history class, it sucks, so you just remember, wait a second, I'm human, and stop listening. I wish I could do that. According to Lady Hitler, here you can. Okay, so Hitler, what? Okay, so Dino Hitler was a thing, and we're just gonna move forward. There's been enough canon events. It's just a funny group of women like me. Lay off, let me have it. You don't really believe that stuff, though, do you? Not really. Just the rules of the place, alright? Okay. Olivia sticks the phone back in her pocket with a huff. Was the ride to the arcade always this long? I think we're about 20 minutes away from the arcade still. Don't worry, Inko, the water fountains are integrated. Shut up! Damn. What is a Damien in these jokes? He's cackling to himself. Alright, I hope the place still sells those hot dogs for just $1. There's no way anyone, anywhere, sells hot dogs for $1 anymore. I think Costco? Yeah, but they did. It was great. Olivia and I would save our lunch money to just go there instead of after class. I don't think I'd trust it if it were still that cheap, honestly. You ate a dog off the floor once. She ate a steak that fell on the floor and thrown into the pool. That's different. Damien fills the air with old tales of his and Olivia's adventures in the arcade. She'd occasionally chime in to correct him on whatever over-embellishment. Even as the last remnants of suburbia melt away, the skyscrapers overtake our view of the outside world. Finally, I'm in the big city. Here we are. I'm almost disappointed when we pull up into the arcade parking lot. Large glass windows covered in sun-bleached promotional leaflets adorn the front of the arcade, and the building itself looks a couple decades old. This place was probably successful in the past, but I can only imagine they'd break even nowadays. Oh, maybe the recent resurgence of retro deco could change that. I can show you more on the return trip. Come on. Okay, yo, good morning. Yeah, it is very early, honestly. I haven't slept, and I was told after coming in for my first shift yesterday, technically, I was told, go home, we need you to cover third, and I haven't been able to sleep, so good morning. I've got maybe like 30-40 minutes left of like being able to game. I'm trying to get to an hour, but after that, just gonna have to get going, because then I got my 8 a.m. shift, so fuck this guy. But we're trying to hug that gator. I can show you more on the return trip. Come on. She must have seen my brief hesitance. Liz unlocks the trunk and I hop out to get Olivia's chair. As I attempt to key the thing out of Liz's trunk, it takes considerably more effort than I'd like to admit. Or goes well, and God bless you. Hope your day goes well. Thank you. I'm hitting like a third wind right now, so I'm very fortunate about being awake, because I have to be for the next like 8 hours at least. So maybe after that I can sleep. We'll see. The idea is to not crash, and then not crash my car. As I attempt to hew the thing out, blah blah blah. Now, how do I unfold this blasted thing? I think there's a release button, right? As I check to make sure that all my fingers are intact, I can see Olivia snickering through the passenger window. Inko-san, you have much to learn. Observe. Did you call me? Olivia makes sure that the brakes are held and heaves herself over in one motion. The chair is forced open by momentum alone with a loud crack. She gracefully rolls by me, tongue stuck out in smug victory over my ineptitude. Please animate that. Please animate you sticking your tongue out at me. That's all I'm ready to see. Ready. Sweet. Damien's gotta be a stoner. I know he's dense, but like he's gotta be a stoner or something. Damien hurries us inside, and I can tell he's the most excited to be here out of anybody. Oh, reminds me of the arcades I love going to. Dude, this place is the bomb. We used to scratch for change to come here after school. The place is abuzz with activity, flashing machines all competing for attention, and gamers excitedly conversing. I lean in a bit closer to Olivia. It's pretty dang loud in here. You going to be alright having to speak up more? Of course I am. What do you take me for, a kid? Sorry. I appreciate the concern. She's warming up to us. Liz scowls as she peels her boot from the floor with a loud Damien, you could have warned him. Damien's taken off toward the nearby coin machine, fistful of bills at the ready. I could have told you too. I've been here before. So why didn't you warn me about the stickiness? Olivia shrugs. His head lowers to the bridge of snoot pinching levels. Well, you two did kind of drop this on me at the last minute. But I still remember this place pretty well. Great, you can show Inko around, and I'll go with Damien. Liz meekly puts her pointy fingers together as she looks at the salmon-filled teen. Does two-player gun thingies look fun to try out? You mean the light gun games? Yeah, those ones. I can't put my finger on it, but something tells me that Liz was banking on splitting apart from the start. It would give me ample opportunity to have some alone time with Olivia. Is that what we want? I do. Just to get to know her more. Of course. Right, yes, of course. Liz! I think I broke this one's joystick! Liz sighs heavily through her nose. Seriously, Damien? Oh, come on. It's perfectly even and fair. You sure about this, Liz? We could just all stick together. Long McDonald looks around the arcade nervously. As much as I want to protest this suggestion, it might be for the best. Liz wants to stick with Damien, probably to make sure he doesn't do more damage. And Olivia knows this place as well, so she'd know all the best games. We've already been spending time together after school, so why not? I'm not against the idea, just, Alright, glad you agree. Liz takes this as her cue to leave, and she quickly pulls Damien away deep into the arcade. Meanwhile, Olivia begins to roll ahead, but stops and gives me an annoyed look. Come on already. Alright. As soon as I step closer, Olivia assumes her casual roll down the aisleway. What are we playing? Olivia's eyes seem distant as she looks over the various game cabinets in the room. Silver iris dancing to and fro, a soft hum resonating from her mouth. I try and follow where her gaze lingers, but she seems to be constantly drifting to something new every other moment while deep in her own thoughts. And as we carry on slowly, the creeping awkwardness in my stomach gnaws away at me. I have no clue what to do right now. The point of this excursion was to relax. It feels rude to interrupt her, but she definitely knows better than me. Say, Olivia. My voice brings her back to the current moment. With the start, her hands maneuvering her chair around to be fully. What game should we try first? The Baryonyx shrugs her shoulders. Anything. Okay, then how about one of your favorites? My favorites? Yeah, you used to come here all the time. I'm sure you got some you prefer. The look of surprise from her is quickly hidden by her turning her chair back around. Fine. My favorites, then. My favorites. She pushes her wheelchair with purpose towards a particularly large screen in the corner. Looking at closer, there's a large block connected to it and a dull, multicolored stick hanging off the side with wires. Oh. Damn it. I look up at the title above the screen. Ruined Robbers? The more I look at it, the more I see where splotches of fresh paint barely covered the poorly done marker graffiti. Olivia's pout is so prominent as she glares at the base of the funny-looking block before the screen. They updated it. So it should be better then, right? Her pout breaks, transforming into a depressed frown as her eyes seem to gloss over. I follow her gaze to the metal plate at the base to try and better understand. The machine looks pretty well maintained if you ask me. Something wrong with it? They added a foot pedal for the cover action. I test the plate, feeling it sink down and noticing the video game demo on the screen changes to a screen with a bunch of ass with numbers next to each instance. Sounds right. This sucks. Olivia's hand curls into fist as she glares at the machine. A twinge runs through my chest when I look back at the frustrated gyno girl. One aspect of her favorite pastimes has been changed in a way that almost robs her of it. The thought strikes a painful chord in my heart, though I know I had zero hand in the game update. All the same, I see the clover-scaled girl look so morose. I turn my eyes away to my feet, the sensation leaving as I do, and a flash of brilliance overcomes me as I look at my loafers. I'm wearing loafers? I'm wearing a suede jacket with shades and loafers? What fucking era am I from in this game? God damn, what am I doing? Hey, I got an idea. She cuts me off with a growl. I know what you're gonna say, and the answer is no. So you're willing to just give up because you can't play it easily? Yes. Olivia's response leaves me a bit floored. Her hateful eyes leer venomously at her former favorite game, but I know my idea will work. Okay, you play them. Haven't you been paying attention? I'll handle the pedal work. Olivia's words are left hanging as she tries to visualize what I'm saying. Her confused gaze wanders between me and the flat rectangle on the floor. The whole time she looks so goofy, I have to withhold a chuckle in fear of her clawing me. I do remember playing games like this. My favorite one was always Time Crisis. Great light shooter game, awesome game, loved it. She must have realized though, as she snatches the light gun from my hand, her cheeks bearing a red hue. Fine. One game. She looks at the light gun in her hand and takes a deep breath. You better do your job right, Inko. I give Olivia a nod. Time Crisis for Xbox was peak. That was. You know what I'm talking about. Great game, dude. I give Olivia a nod and she wheels herself right next to the arcade machine. Gimme. She reaches out for my hand and she goes to take it before I can respond. She takes it for a split second and then moves down to grab my wrist instead. Her scales are soft and cool. Hit the pedal when I squeeze, capiche? I nod in affirmation and Olivia blasts the start button into pieces. This would be absolutely adorable, honestly. Where are we at here? Not so tight. Dude, hit that damn pedal. It's like playing with controller lag. Inko. Sorry. Holy crap, this is worse than I remember. Hi, it's me. I'm the guy that makes sense. Here you can see I put the respawning enemies in front of the place you're forced to cross. I came up with this idea while eating a bird. I don't even want to staple my ears to make... Fucking damn it, not again. Whew. This game sucks. Wanna play again? She's a bit intense. Hell yeah. When Olivia finally releases my grip on her grip on my wrist, I feel my blood rushing through the imprint she left. We ended up playing 4 or 5 games total. That's probably enough. I'm good to move on. You? Are you sure? I don't want to keep you here all day. Olivia looks over the machine one last time, sliding the plastic gun back into the slot. Still a bit disappointed about the change, but thanks. Alright, there's better games around anyway. Let's go. Stray thought from before I really got to know Olivia, careens to the forefront of my mind. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. I don't remember really who or when, but I do know it's proof she's got fire in her. Before she can roll away too far, my hand takes hold of one of her chair's grips, jolting the dino girl from her sullen stupor. Say, I've got an idea, Hot Wheels. Why don't we try the fighting game you were so good at? The fighting game? Olivia's jaw clicks shut and her hands ring together tightly. Arcade cabinets can't change, right? I mean, her gaze turns towards the opposite end of the arcade and I can hear the loud hollers of competition from here. Come on, Hot Wheels. What do you say? The name seems to invigorate her, her glacier irises hardening and her ivory claws touching at her wheels. An eerie grin creeps across her features, tongue polishing the incisor as her predatory eyes latch into a particular cabinet on the far side. Olivia picks a direction that speeds off, parting the sea of sweaty dinos and leaving a small space of safety in her wake. I would say one of my favorite arcade cabinets to go to, and it's honestly not very common to find, Jube Cube. It's kind of just like, it's really just a rhythm game for your hands, really, and it's not very complex, just like a 3x3 cube set where you just hit the notes in coloration, and it's very simple, but I love it. And I especially love a techno version of like Beethoven that's in it. That is one of my favorite songs to play. My parents was always pinball and Pac-Man or Galaga. My dad was a Galaga champ. I'd never seen this man be a gamer until he got into the half squat position to line himself up just eye ready with the cabinet. It's a beautiful sight to me as his son. As his son, I'm carrying on his gaming traditions. Let's see. After a short while passing some digital pachinko machines, she looks back at me for a moment as if to confirm my presence and to say, "Don't lose me." And then yanks her wheelchair to launch herself through the building towards a new destination. What? Hey! I finally give chase, following as best I can while avoiding the rest of the awestruck players that just witnessed the high-speed dino girl shoving them aside in her way. As I get closer, the atmosphere seems to grow thicker, and the very air becoming dank and heavy, almost as if someone dialed a humidifier up to 11. Sounds sweaty. For a second, I have to stop in my tracks to catch my breath, and I try to cool down as my shades begin to fog up. So this is the power of the fighting game crowd. Oh, yes it is. I've heard things, but I thought they were jokes. Through the fog, I spot Liz, or rather Liz's head, sticking above the crowds. Yo, you found us! Getting closer, Damien and Liz's head come into view. Aaliyah stops and checks one last time that I didn't get washed away in the crowd. She then moves past Damien and Liz, coming to a screeching halt next to a particular cabinet that's occupied by somebody else. She removes a shiny coin from her pocket, placing it firmly down on the controls of the current player, who hardly glances at her. As I step closer, I'm able to overhear the exchange between the two dinos. I already can tell I'm not going to like this one. The greaseball ankylosaur, without even looking away from the cabinet, starts rattling off his credentials to Olivia as if it were a job interview. You know, the best Jurassic Kick player this side of Volcadera, right? Double S ranked, 3 online tournament wins. Besides, it's 50 cents, not shut up and nut up already. Oh man, he's got the gloves and everything. We all knew someone like this at one point or another. We know. I take it this is the neckbeard. Olivia's voice causes Ankylosaur to grimace and finally turn his head. You really want to try me? Look, Tiny Tim. Whoa, wait a second. Look, Tiny Tim, you gotta know that I'm... His jaw clicks shut as his eyes manage to sweep up and then down to Olivia. His eyes squinting as his retina slowly adjusts to the low lighting of something not displaying brightly colored pixelated characters. Bro, you know I can't be bringing chairs over here. Not after last summer. Olivia growls and raises a fist, and I think the pale-scaled dino finally sees who is challenging him. His mouth flaps helplessly as he tries to explain himself before her just stopping himself completely. Never mind. Sorry. The Gator Girl sighs and taps a finger on the quarter she placed down. Rules say you can't refuse, right? His head tilts in confusion. You know, you look to be the new champ here, right? This is a chance cabinet, right? Damien comes over by this point, followed closely by Liz's head. Champs cabinet? Unofficial, but that's the oldest one here. Been here since the dawn of time. It's like sacred or something. I look over the old machine. The paint on it is chipped and positively covered in marker ink, to the point that the only legible thing on it is the very juvenile edit to the game's title. This thing? Yeah, man. They only let the head honchos actually use it. If you're spotted trying out without credentials, you end up headbutted. That's bull, but I believe it. I look back to Olivia, who's having a withering stare down with the squawk guy she challenged. Look, lady, I'm a big deal here. Bust her own nuts? I crowned champ in all of Volcadera? This particular Jurassic kick machine's got history. It happens to be the same machine that Dano D-Rex Go managed to parry. Quit stalling and fight me already. I'm just setting the stage is all. Plus, you think you're the only challenger I got? I look around, noticing that there was now a group surrounding us. On my title as champion, I'll take all comers now. A hushed whisper goes through the crowd. Finally, form a line now. Okay. Tallest to smallest. What? No cutting. Oh, heck yeah, we're gonna wipe the floor with you, Buster. Wait. What? I don't even play video games. And I'm not really a gamer either. This isn't me anymore. I don't know if I can identify as Inko anymore. Too bad. Consider it the blood tax. I want to protest further, but Olivia's head turns toward me with a pleading look on her face. Besides, you think I want to put my hands on that thing? Who knows where we're in? Inko. Yes! Come on, Liz. It won't be that bad. You're still by the Brachio booth, right? Hold tight. I'll come get you. Damien pushes back to the small group around us, following Liz's neck to find the rest of her. Her head swivels around and gives chase, her pleased to not have to play falling on deaf ears. Brachio booth? The arcade's claustrophobic, so Brachiosaurus would tend to bump into everything, including each other. There was some lawsuit, but now there's a few platforms placed where people like her can sit and reach everything. There's even some water fountains attached. It doesn't stop things from getting tangled when there's multiple, but it's something. Huh. Lore. Yeah, lore. In the end, Liz must have relented because she shuffles up to the rest of the group. Fine, let's just make this quick. Liz reluctantly steps towards the arcade cabinet, a crooked smile forming on her self-proclaimed champion's face. It doesn't take long for Liz to completely lose. Large ankylosaur hands move like a blur as they dance across the controls, pummeling their digital opponent into the ground. As boastful as he was earlier, he's at least proved that he was skilled at Jurassic Kick, the screen displaying perfect after only a minute against Liz. Liz crosses her arms and starts heading back to her old seat in the booth, head in tow with a pout. Buster leans his head back against his clasped hands to make a show that it was no big deal. Next victim! Damien struts to the cabinet and jams his hands in his pocket. There's this. Oh my god, for his change. It's not a difficult sentence to read. Is there a whole piggy bank in there? Haven't seen your group around before. Tourists? Huh? Ah, nah, Liv and I used to come here all the time. Life's some tough, you know, so we got some friends to come along this little trip down memory lane. Lighten the mood a bit. This place hasn't changed much in the years either. Ha! He hoists the quarters high and jams them in the slot. Once more, the screen lights up and the character selection music busts in. Buster considers his selection, and ultimately chooses the same character. Damien jams the buttons and checks. What's with the death glare? Damien just picked a counter to his character. Wait, there we go. Probably expects all of us to be beginners. Buster does seem a bit more tense now. Been a while since then, though. Her explanation is cut short as her words take on a scratchy quality to them. Hey, you okay? What? I'm fine. I can go and refill your canteen pretty quick. Sure, thanks. She reaches behind her and unhooks her severely dented water bottle from her chair. You know, being as strong as she is with claws, I imagine she does need an actual canteen in order to not break every bottle she handles. There's something to look into for Christmas. That Buster guy said that there was a water by the Brachiopolis. Although I can't imagine the water here is very good. Christmas? What am I thinking? I haven't gotten anyone a gift like that before. Focus, Enko. You're just getting some water. I head deeper into the arcade, towards the center, passing through the aisle lit by game screens. You guys are done already? No, just refilling Olivia's bottle. Guess I'm gonna miss Damien's match. Say, Liz, this sticker here, what is it? Her head comes in close as she eyes the weird brand on this canteen. Oh, that's from a really old show. Like, back in the 90s old. Why? Just curious is all. Well, I never really asked Olivia about it. Maybe I should. After all, I think I recall watching a video essay about it once. Though I could never really get into the older stuff, the animation always looks so choppy. Recapping the bottle, I lead Liz's head back to the fighting games section. It's surprising that Damien and Buster are still playing, this time both their hands slamming furiously against the controls. A crowd has even formed around the duo, exchanging low whispers as they watch the old CRT screen. I pick out Olivia at the front of the crowd, close to the cabinet, so she's able to clearly watch. She's hyper-focused. The point that when I switch the bottle in front of her face, she just leans over to keep watching. Evil it is, then. I hold the canteen above her muzzle and carefully tip it over until a few drops fall into her face. Her tongue laps along her lips and swipes at the nourishing droplets before glaring at me. Hey! Here you go, fresh from the latrine. Hard. She takes the bottle and downs most of it right away before clearing her throat. Oh man, hold up. Alright, still good, I have a couple more minutes. I really want to try to get through Olivia's match, or at least just cut before then. Thanks. How's Damien's match going? Well, he's getting too aggressive. He is? Yeah, Buster picked a rushdown character, so Damien picked a zoner to keep Buster at a distance. Problem is that zoners are notoriously bad when it comes to footsies, and even worse with mix-ups, which means that if Buster is able to get into Damien's hurt box, he's going to get super punished and might even lose the set in a single... Wait a second, I'm human. So Damien has to keep his distance. What is this? What? What? Oh crap. Olivia and I watched from the sidelines as, over the next few seconds, Buster pulls off an impressive series of moves that crush Damien's character into the ground. This makes me miss Smash Bros. Almost like he was waiting for us to get back. Wow, you actually knew how to play. Buster jams an accusing finger my way, as though marking me for death. You're next. Damien's expression carries a hint of disappointment as he steps away from the cabinet. He quickly peps up and reassumes his usual jovial self. Just me and Olivia left. I nervously step up to the cabinet. A plethora of characters in various fighting poses stare back at me, each with their own promises of victory. I recall an old saying Coach Solly had said, "If we do not know what we are doing, then an opposing team certainly can't anticipate our future actions." I can't really yell right now. I tap my joystick over to a large question mark in the middle of the screen. It's highlighted to the astonishment of spectators and my visibly nervous opponent. That is a cocky move for someone who knows what they're doing. When you choose a random character because you feel confident enough that you could beat them with anyone. The game begins and my opponent beside me seems exceptionally calm as he manipulates his controls. Compared to me trying out every button and stick input to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Unlike Damien, who at least looked like he was holding his own against the bloated Buster, I was getting the digital crap kicked out of me. Every attempt I made was met by my character being grabbed and thrown in some ridiculously elaborate way. By the time the perfect announcement plays out on screen, I can feel my wrist cramping from the crazy amount of button mashing I've done in under a minute. At least I'd lasted longer than Liz. Don't feel bad, I am the best here after all. His snort-filled laughter grates on my ears as I walk back to my friends, all of them staring daggers at the pasty-scaled dino. The rest of the crowd are in an uproar along with him, and I can feel my ears heat up at the attention. Alright, we're about to do Olivia's match. I think we gotta wrap it up soon after this, maybe. I don't know how long the arcade arc is gonna be. Olivia's eyes are narrowed as she wheels herself into position, her tail lashing roughly against the ground as she waits for the laughter to die down and her turn to finally begin. Buster chuckles to himself while cracking his knuckles. I just finished wiping the floor with your friends while hardly breaking a sweat. Just so you know who you're really dealing with. I'm Buster O'Nuts, achiever of octaves in the annual Jurassic Kick Wisconsin E-Tournament, demolisher of Icaria, second best player of 2007 through 12, and co-leader of the Midwestern branch of the Mighty Mammoth Gamers Guild. I feel like we're somewhere in the Midwest, I feel. This is maybe Chicago. I don't know. You won't look bad for ducking out. Or are you ready to get busted? You're fat. Damn! You know you can still back out of this. Olivia's response is her to insert coins slowly, without breaking eye contact with Buster, with what I can only describe as a predatory leer. She then slams her fist on the start button. Buster instantly moves his cursor towards a different character. Damien, next to me, lets out a soft gasp. What's wrong? Buster's character is like 3 kinds of bullshit is what's wrong. What? Well, for one thing, he's usually Gentleman's Band in touring he's in. His mouth is moving, but all that comes out is alien words. Buster lets out a chuckle and turns to look at Olivia, giving her a smug grin. Olivia doesn't seem at all fazed by Buster's character choice, clicking her joystick lazily. As soon as Olivia picks her character, the game announcer's airs the name aloud. Wani Long! Damien turns to look at me. The excitement in his face is overbearing. That's Olivia's main! Oh man, this will be one hell of a fight if Olivia's breaking her out. So this is Wani Long a good character? Shortest explanation you'll ever understand is yes. What's the long one? If you don't know what a shoto is, it'll take too long to explain here. What? While Damien rambles on, I recall Olivia's motivation just to get here. That look she had. That, more than anything, piques my curiosity. So, how good is Olivia with her? Damien's reply is to only give me a wide, big grin. Oh, you'll see. A loud sound bite from the cabinet speaker signals the start of Olivia's match. Given the way Damien spoke of Olivia's skills like it was derived from an ancient scroll, I expected it to be a flurry of pixelated beatdowns and tactical controller play. Instead, it looked like nothing at all. On the large display, both characters are just shifting back and forth, the joysticks in Olivia's and Buster's hands clacking about furiously. Honestly, it looks more like they're attempting to make their digital avatars tap dance. Oh, wait, did I miss something? I don't want to turn my eyes away in case anything happens. No, like, they're trying to get a read on each other. It's like they're trying to predict what the other will do so they can counter and steal the match. Oh. So, like, there's a heavy crack and thump on the floor in front of me. Olivia's tail lashed at the base of the cabinet, while Buster's Thagomizer had managed to crack into the concrete floor beneath him. On screen, the characters finally made contact and sent each other flying in opposite directions. Behind me, the crowd started cheering, finally excited that there was some actual action happening. Damien is hollering next to me, cheering on Olivia with all his might. Oh, hell yeah. If this ain't gonna be the goddamn thumbnail for the video. Though the excitement does die down again as the duo resume their cyber posturing, the eyes dart between Olivia and Buster. Olivia is completely absorbed in the match. Her eyes are wide, full of killing intent. Buster, on the other hand, seems like he can barely contain his fury. 10 seconds on the clock, Olivia comes in clutch, punishing Buster's character with an impressive string of attacks. He manages to get away with a single pixel of health, just as the time limit runs out. Winner! Wani Long! The crowd goes nuts as Olivia's victory is announced. And you know what? I can't help but cheer along with them. Olivia slumps back in her mobile seat and lets out a sigh before returning to her original position. Buster lets out a snort, twists and stretches his neck, and cracks his knuckles before once again gripping the controls tight. Round 2. Clash and Trash. The crowds return to a more silent state of observing the match closely. Only low murmurs as they gawk at the two highly skilled players. The words passed around reached me, attempting to draw my eyes away. Weird for him. Surprised he's not doing the... Is he playing with her? Come on, Olivia! Olivia. Damien's shout is above the rest of them nearly blew my eardrums, but I shared his sentiment as the stylized characters exchange simple blows. The timer continues to get down, Buster once again being put on the defensive. How all the previous bouts went, Buster always had control with a cutthroat level of offense. I didn't think of him being this passive. The countdown once again hits 0, this time with Olivia's character slouching in defeat, and the crowd cheering again, although less enthusiastically than before. You got this, Olivia. Just one more win and you're champ again. Olivia's shoulders tense up at what he said. All eyes stare directly at her. Damien! Come on, Hot Wheels, show him why you're the best. She groans Brit and refocuses on the screen. The group simmers down in silence in anticipation of the start of the final match. Sudden silence actually catches me off guard for a second. Long enough for my own doubt to catch up to me. Buster's playstyle. It's like he's not really trying. The match starts and the hype flares right back up. That's stupid of me to even think. He's a gamer bro champion type. He's got way too much to lose. And yet... Hey, Damien? Yeah? Do you notice anything off about how Buster's playing? You notice it too. Guess I'm not just paranoid then. Like, I didn't really watch your match, but he was always so passive, no? But like, these two are crazy good, so maybe this is all mind games. As if he's going to throw the game and let her win. We glance back at the ongoing battle happening on screen and we notice Buster's hand movements as Olivia launches her character into a furious combo. Sure enough, Buster hesitates just enough to let his fighter get hit by the first blow. That's brilliant timing. This is crazy. Huh? And it hits me all at once, like a freight train. The way Buster was looking down on Olivia, how he didn't want to take her challenge, all the excuses he was giving. He's a virgin. But also, he's throwing the whole match, isn't he? Damn it. Even here, Olivia was right. Damien, I think he's taking it easy on her. You think so? Damien takes a moment to ponder what I said. Dang. Even here. That's what I was thinking. Should we do something? What? Interrupt a match? Everyone else is having fun. The crowd whoops again. Only now, it sounds a bit different. Hollow, mocking. Damien's frill sags with concern. He turns to me. What we came for is a good time. If she can't tell, what's the harm? Jeez. You know what I mean. Yeah. I do. I hate that he's right. I could stand up for her, but thinking back to the confrontation with Mia, standing up for her there didn't really pay off either. But that was a while ago. I just don't know. I look over the crowd again. The match is about halfway done, judging by the remaining health pools. Just cheer her. Just cheer for her. I know Olivia normally doesn't like this from strangers, but I'm no stranger to Olivia. She knows my intentions. We're friends. On screen, it looks like the character's about to strike one another with their feet. I cup my hands around my mouth. Go, Olivia! You got this! Damien recoils from my scream. Or maybe I popped his eardrum, judging from the glare he levels at me. Then he raises 2 fingers to his mouth. I can't whistle. That's the best you get. Heck yeah, you got this! Even Liz tries to join in, shouting down at the crowd with her own cheers. Oh, you know what would be cool? You can do it, Hot Wheels! Yeah, go Hot Wheels, go! Olivia flinches and turns her head to look back at us for a bit. Curiously, so does her opponent. She sees us cheering, and she gets her usual disfavoring furrowed brow. No way, I'm sticking to my guns. Eyes on the screen, Hot Wheels, he's gonna get you! Beat him without even looking! She stares right through the crowd at me. It's only an instant, but it feels longer. Her subtle scowl cracks. Then it completely folds into a smirk back at us. She faces back to the screen with renewed vigor. Buster shakes his head to snap himself out of his own slog. Looks like he was only intending to lose for a bit. He's picking up the pace now. Only... time! The match time's out. Bah! Dang. Want to go another round? People need a winner. Actually, mind if I run to the restroom real fast? Shit. Yeah, it's down that way. Olivia turns and smiles at me again. It's warm. And she goes off to the restroom. Buster waits for her to be out of earshot and scrambles over to Damien and I. Hey, you two. You guys weren't serious, right? Huh? You were saying Hot Wheels. That's not really her, right? The Hot Wheels from a decade ago? Yup, it's her. Why? Damn, I feel like a jackass now. You were throwing for her, weren't you? A little. Your buddy Finhead gave me some sob story about her during our match, and I felt bad, okay? Who wants to be known as the asshole that picks on cripples? Oh, Buster was being hospitable to the young lady? Who the fuck? Shut the... Yo, Buster, you simping? Piss off. But yeah, I didn't mean any disrespect or anything. Crap, I didn't know she had history here. I should have more respect than that. He sighs. What do you do now? I'll play for real. It's what she deserves. That's all we ask. Buster nods and turns with a thumbs up. Cracks his knuckles in the neck in preparation for his first legitimate match of the day. You're still kinda simping though. Shut the hell up, Dave! Olivia returns, sliding the machine once more. Thanks for waiting. No problem. Ready? You know it. Good, because you're going down this time. I'm still here, just busy, right, man? I don't blame you, okay? It's alright. I gotta get going in a few minutes. Anyways, I'm just trying to get through this portion of the game. I'm invested, and I want to see how it ends. Give each other one last competitive leer before putting all their focus on the screen. Just as before, Buster chooses the OP character, and Olivia picks Wani Long. As soon as the game announcer yells, "Fight!" Buster immediately goes in for the kill, and total opposite of how he was playing last match. It catches Olivia off guard for a moment, leading her character to eat massive combo that takes away a good chunk of her health. True to his word, he isn't holding back this time for Olivia's sake, dealing her same level of beatdown brutality he gave to the opponent before her. This seems to only invigorate her, putting her skills and hands into overdrive. Even though Buster is going at full force, Olivia manages to get Wani Long to land a few punches and kicks, along with evading some attacks. The crowd seems to notice the reappearance of Buster's lethality, causing an uproar of cheering whoops. Damien, of course, follows suit. "You got this, Hawk Wheels! Kick his ass!" Can't let him be the only one, right? "Show him why you're the champ!" Unfortunately, not even Olivia could beat Buster's true fighting skills, unlike his previous opponents. KO! Bold wins! The crowd is a mix of groans and cheers and excitement at the ill-fated defeat of Olivia. Buster crosses his arms, basking in his self-pride of being the legendary Hot Wheels. Damn, you really handed my ass to me. Didn't I say it was a kind of big deal around here? Yeah. Though I gotta admit, you gave me a real challenge. I see why you were known as the champ. Thanks. If you're ever up for a rematch, you know where to find me. With that, Olivia makes her way over to us, a smile beaming across her face. Alright, who's next? It's the crowd from a more spacious part of the arcade. That was awesome, Liv! You really gave him a run for his money. I know, right? I mean, I know I'm a bit rusty, but the moment I got my hands on the controls and he gave me a real fight, I was so close to beating him. Despite having been outmatched and losing to Buster, she seems to be having even more fun than ever. I'm even feeling all jittery after the fight. That's the gamer rush settling in you. Hey, you know they sell food here, right? We should get some snacks to celebrate. Well, I was smelling grease. I was just assuming it was. He takes his own order and starts marching off in another direction. Damien, wait for the rest of us. Food, huh? You know what? I could go for a little something. Yeah, it is getting pretty late. Come on, they went this way. He starts plowing through the crowd once more. Oh boy, this again. I'll call it exercise. Alright. We're about an hour through stream. I have got to start getting ready for work, and I appreciate you guys very much for joining. We did get to finish a little bit of the arcade arc, and I hope that I can resume playing sometime soon. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Luna, Kay, hope you guys are taking it easy. Thank you very much for stopping in. Sorry about the ungodly hour, but I hope y'all are taking care. So, hopefully it'll be on sometime soon. But until then, this has been another I Want to Hug That Gator. And I just want to say, I really want to hug this gator. Everybody, have a good day, have a good night, take care, and I hope to catch you all on the next one. Take care. Bye.